What is going on, everybody? We are back in Rogue Legacy 2. The Arcane Hallows update dropped about 5 hours ago, as of the time I'm recording this, and I have everything about the new biome for you guys. I have the boss, the heirlooms, the void beast, the damage boost, everything you can ask for all in this video. If you guys enjoy this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe, so that way I know you guys are interested, and I'll keep making more Rogue Legacy content. Without further ado, let's get into it. So if you run into this room with these weird purple pillars, you're not going to be able to do this room until you get the heirloom, and that is what this little memory will give you. You get an insight, and to solve this insight, you will need to get the heirloom. So we are going to go back to that later in the video. First, we are going to be focusing on the first Void Beast fight. So just to give a little background, this biome works a little bit differently with the boss. In terms of Nama and Lamech, you could just fight them. Now for Enoch, who is the boss of the Stygian Study, you actually need to defeat 2 Void Beasts before them. So there is a big boss door, which is unlockable once you defeat both of the Void Beasts. And you'll see this big room I'm in, it is on the left side, and it'll have an entrance on the right. So if you're looking for this room specifically, that is one way you can find it. There's a little fire hole there, and you are going to be able to fight the Void Beast Gong Heads. Now, if you see I'm doing a lot of damage, I am level 124. I was pretty high level before the update came out, so these guys are pretty easy. I was just able to wail on them with the Valkyrie, nothing too special, didn't need any spells, and that's all it really took. Amaterasu's son was very useful for this fight, though. So after these Void Beasts are defeated, you will get a little cutscene with the tree for the boss fight, after you open this chest, that is. So you can see here there's 2 portraits, and that portrait lights up and the black roots go away. Now you can actually get to this boss room beforehand, but obviously you won't be able to open it. So that is the first Void Beast done. Next up, we're going to be hopping straight into the heirloom challenge. So right there you can see that in order to access this heirloom, you need to dash into the side of those blocks. Nothing special, just dash into the side of it and you'll be able to get to this heirloom challenge. It was a bit tricky for me to understand at first. So this heirloom challenge is for the Void Dash. So the Void Dash is basically identical to the regular dash except for 2 things. 1, you can dash through these purple pillars and other void projectiles. And 2, you can dash for a much longer distance, which right here the tutorial is going to show us. You can extend your dash, and it is about, I don't know, maybe like twice as long. That's what it appears to be as I overshoot my target. And you can let go of the dash button at any time so that you can shorten your dash. There's a lot of dash canceling involved, especially if you have tried out the Gunslinger class. If you guys want to see a video on the Gunslinger class, by the way, let me know. But the Gunslinger class is really good with dash canceling, and it is a really useful mechanic for you to get used to. But the rest of this heirloom challenge is pretty self-explanatory. Just some basic parkouring, dashing over these long distances. Right here it says void dashes can pass through void objects and projectiles. I didn't actually do it here, but if you've seen these enemies, you know they shoot out the purple projectiles. All you have to do is kill the enemies, though. But yeah, all you can do is just dash through it, just like there. I dashed through this guy's attack. Still got hit, of course, just because that's how I am. Here, just dash through, kill one of the scouts, and you'll be done with that room. And right here is just teaching you about dash canceling and letting you know that, hey, you can dash cancel with this thing, which is great because not only do we have a longer dash, but we can make it as short as we want to. You go up here, you just do some basic spin kicks to get up. And this slide is a bit buggy, as you can see right there. But I just jumped. I don't know what it is about that. Hopefully that'll get patched, but it is a bit buggy, so be careful with that. And here you're just going downwards a slope and spin kicking and dashing to get up to the top where you need to go. Last up, we have this pretty easy as I fall into the water again. It's kind of a common theme. Whenever I call something easy, I just suddenly eat my words. But once you do that, you will have Void Dash, and you will be able to access the next Void Beast fight. So that's fantastic. Now to get out of here, you just have to go into the tube. You can't go back down where it came, and you'll get the insight result, which we got from the other Void Beast room. Next up is the second Void Beast fight. Once you have the heirloom, you can just dash through that and then go through this fire hole, just like we did for the other Void Beast. This one is a bit of an interesting fight. So rather than your typical fight, this one is a lot more of an obstacle course, if you will. It's not really that strong. It's mainly just if you can get to the boss, you'll be able to kill it. The problem is, can you get to the boss? So as you're just starting in this room, you can destroy a bunch of stuff. There's a chest down here, so don't forget to grab that. Maybe you'll get new equipment, but I got some gold. Spin kick your way up. You could technically use the branches there, but you're already going to need the spin kick to get past this part. Go through here, and you can see some projectiles here on the right. Now, these things, I didn't know what to do with the red ones at first, but they are resonant, which means you can use Echo Kick on them, which, yes, means you do need to have Echo Kick in order to do this. I guess you could technically tank the damage, but, I mean, why would you want to tank the damage? So just spin kick your way up, or just go underneath, or go in between, whatever you have to do for the red resonant projectiles. For the shadow ones, obviously, just use our newly acquired heirloom for that. Right here, there's a little thing you can duck underneath. There's one where you have to hop in between. There's a chest up here on the left, so don't forget to grab that. You could always use the extra gold. And as you keep going, it doesn't get any harder. There's not really too much of a pattern as far as I can tell. You can stand on top of the chandeliers if you want, but it's really just ducking and dodging and just getting through this. I believe there's like 3 things you have to get over, so we're almost done through it. You just have to get over this little ledge here. Getting over this ledge took me a little bit because I was getting some bad spawns with the resonant projectiles, but once you get over, because you do need one where you can jump over. That's kind of the problem and why I was waiting for so long. I needed one of those. But once you get over, jump in between, and right there you can see this is Void Beast Murmur. And Void Beast Murmur is kind of just a statue that's just shooting projectiles at you. Nothing much to it. Once you're close, it's very, very easy to just dodge the projectiles and just hammer on this boss. I used the spell, and the spell did a crazy amount of damage for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why the spells are doing so much damage right now, but definitely use them. They're doing a crazy amount of damage. And there you go. Void Beast defeated. And just like the other Void Beast, once you open this chest and gather everything, you'll see a nice little cutscene. And here, since I did this boss second, you could technically do it the other way around if you got the heirloom first, but this is just the boss I did second. The boss room door opens. Now next up is something completely optional. You do not have to do this in order to fight the boss. However, I do recommend it. So right here, this cloud area, it is very hard to get over to where this memory is. Now, it may have looked easy what I just did, but I would definitely recommend, and it may even be necessary, to equip a vault rune and a dash rune. The only reason I was able to get over here was because I had an extra jump, as well as the Kerguelen Plateau double jump on top. So I had 3 jumps and 2 air dashes, and the Void Dash, because the Void Dash lets you get through the clouds. So you need to have all those things, and you can get over here for this 15% damage boost. And honestly, I don't really think it's that worth it to get this one, but if you want to have it, if you're having trouble with Enoch, definitely go get it. And last up, we are going to be fighting the boss. Estuary Enoch is the boss. And first up, we're going to be fighting fake Estuary Enoch. He's sort of a wizard with some papers, kind of like with all the books that are going on. But yeah, he's the false scholar, false Estuary Enoch.
Battery low.
And again, with all the other things that you may be able to see, I'm doing a ton of damage. Again, I think just because I'm so high leveled. Here, he will spawn in this flaming pillar. I ended up just tanking the hit so I could have some more space because I didn't want to deal with it. And it's pretty easy boss fight, honestly. I was using Chef, and so the burn damage was really helping. Being able to deflect the projectiles was really helping. And then again, of course, I broke out the spell, and whenever that flamethrower spell was critting, it would do an insane amount of damage. And just like that, false Estuary Enoch is done. But he is called a false estuary for a reason. Be very careful opening this chest, because this chest is a mimic. This mimic is, of course, the real estuary, the true Estuary Enoch. Now, this fight, he does a lot of damage, and the coins, those green coins will damage you. So the best way I've been able to find to defeat him is to do some damage, spin kick on him, or just jump over him, and just dash to the other side. You just need to get to safety, and it's basically just walking back and forth while getting your hits in while you can. I had some hits to give, and I did have some stew that I use here to make it a bit easier. And just like that, estuary is done. That is the estuary defeated. That is true estuary Enoch done. And with that, that is actually this entire new area done. There's actually a really good reward there. I got a lot of ore and bloodstones right there. His portrait fills in, and we have 3 of the 5 bosses done to open the golden door. But yeah, that is it with the Stygian Study. If you guys want to see more Rogue Legacy content, let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe so you can see more content when I upload it, and I will see you guys next time.